When you're shopping for a space heater, the challenge usually isn't finding options. It's figuring out what will actually feel comfortable in your room without creating new hassles, like uneven warmth, distracting noise, or controls that don't match how you use the space day to day. In this video, we'll cover what matters when choosing a space heater. Then we'll finish with 3 picks: a budget option, a best overall value, and a premium upgrade. We've included updated links with the best pricing in the description below. First, think about heat distribution, not just output. A heater can be rated strongly on paper and still leave cold corners if it mainly warms whatever is directly in front of it. Distribution is what makes a room feel livable, especially if you're working at a desk, moving around a kitchen, or trying to keep a bedroom comfortable overnight. A common mistake is buying based on wattage alone and then realizing the comfort still feels spotty because airflow and coverage don't match the space. Second, pay attention to temperature control and cycling behavior. In practice, a heater that holds a steady temperature tends to feel better than one that swings between too warm and not enough. It can also avoid running at full output when it doesn't need to. The common mistake is assuming every thermostat behaves the same. Some setups cycle cleanly, while others run more continuously, and that affects both comfort and how hands-off the experience feels. Third, factor in ownership friction, noise, controls, and routine fit. Quiet matters more than most people expect, especially if you're on calls or sleeping nearby. Controls matter too. Sometimes simple is better, and sometimes precision is worth paying for. A common mistake is buying for edge cases, like the coldest day of the year, then living with a heater that feels like overkill for everyday use. We looked across a wide range of popular options in this category. Many are solid, but once you factor in real-world reliability, ownership experience, and overall value, a smaller group stands out more consistently. The lens we kept coming back to was whether the heater still feels easy to live with after the first week. Because comfort is great, but friction adds up fast. Here are the 3 picks that make the most sense for most buyers. If you find this breakdown helpful, feel free to drop a quick like and subscribe for future reviews like this. For the best budget pick, we're going with the iCooper Space Heater at around the $35 range. At this price, the goal is fast, dependable warmth in the spaces you actually use, without paying for extras that don't move the needle. In day-to-day use, the first win is how quickly it gets a space feeling warmer. It uses PTC ceramic heating paired with an efficient fan to distribute heat evenly, rather than letting it sit near the unit. It also offers 3 heat settings plus a fan-only mode, which gives you flexibility depending on whether you're working at a desk, warming up a bathroom, or keeping a bedroom comfortable overnight. That flexibility often means you can stay in the low or mid-range rather than running full output constantly. The adjustable thermostat also helps maintain comfort once you've set your preferred level. Portability is another practical strength. The compact design and built-in handle make it easy to move between rooms, so one heater can cover a bedroom at night and a home office during the day. It also includes overheat protection and a tip-over switch that shuts the unit off if it's knocked over. The trade-off is a simpler feature set overall. You won't find extras like a remote, and the experience is more basic than higher tiers. Still, when the main goal is affordable warmth that's quick and easy to live with, the iCooper tends to provide a solid everyday experience for the money. For the best value pick, we're going with the Lasko Space Heater at around the $55 range. This is the one that makes the most sense when you want a heater that feels straightforward, lasts across seasons, and warms real rooms effectively without leaning on digital controls. One of the main reasons it works well is that the heat output tends to feel strong for its size, even on the lower setting. For many people, that becomes the everyday sweet spot. Enough warmth to stay comfortable without needing to run at the highest setting all day. It also offers oscillation to spread warmth more evenly, helping reduce the warm in one spot, cold elsewhere effect that smaller heaters can create. The manual thermostat keeps operations simple, allowing you to dial in your comfort level without menus or settings to learn. That simplicity can also help long-term reliability, since there are fewer electronic components that might fail over time. It's compact enough to fit on a desk or nightstand, and easy to move when you want warmth in one room now and another later. The main limitation is thermostat consistency. Depending on the setup, cycling behavior can vary. And the temperature dial doesn't give numerical reference points like 60 or 70 degrees. Still, for most people this ends up being the default recommendation because it balances effective heating, useful oscillation, and low-fuss operation. For the best premium pick, we're going with the Drio Space Heater at around the $90 range. What you gain here is a noticeable upgrade in comfort quality, quieter operation, more precise temperature targeting, and a more automated experience that tends to require less adjustment. In real use, the biggest difference is distribution and control. The wide-angle oscillation helps push warmth across more of the room, reducing cold spots without constant repositioning. You can also set temperature more precisely than basic low or high heaters, and in Eco mode, it adjusts heating automatically to maintain comfort. Noise is another key upgrade. It's designed to run very quietly, which can matter if the heater lives near your desk during calls or near your bed at night. You also get multiple heating modes, plus eco and fan modes, along with a remote and responsive touch controls for easier adjustments. On safety, it includes tip-over and overheat protection, along with a child lock and reinforced plug approach intended to support safer everyday use. The main limitation is the display feedback. In Eco mode, the information shown can be minimal, and in normal heating, it may not show much feedback while running. Still, this pick makes the most sense for people who prioritize quiet comfort, precise control, and a heater that feels more automated, especially in bedrooms, offices, or draftier rooms where distribution matters. We've included links to each pick in the description below, with current pricing. Thanks for watching, and we hope this helped you figure out what actually makes sense for your space.